Hey folks, welcome back to another HP Gaming GameLINK video. Today we're going to be sailing the high seas, enjoying a life of piracy, and trying to discover the traitors as we take a look at FUNTAILS, Feed the Kraken. Hey folks, welcome back, and if you don't know me by now, you should, because we are going to become the very best of friends. My name is Matt, and I'm very pumped and excited because one of the most popular and amazing social deduction games I have seen in a very long time has finally arrived through the Kickstarter interwebs. So, well, interwebs, postage and everything else as well. Sorry, I've been making lots of videos today. I am talking about Feed the Kraken by FUNTAIL and GBH. This is the social deduction piracy game of epic proportions where you literally are trying to feed the Kraken depending on which one of the forces you are. Whether you're a normal sailor, you're a sneaky bloodthirsty pirate who is in disguise, or you are one of the cult members and you are trying to literally feed the Kraken to bring about the end of the ship in its entirety. I am bloody pumped. Social deduction games have been something I enjoy a lot of, but not everyone does. So this is probably not going to be everyone's cup of tea. If you like Secret Hitler, if you like The Resistance, if you like Growl, all that sort of stuff, you are going to dig this. This is the Deluxe edition. So there's a few extra surprises in here as well. All the components already look amazing, and I haven't even opened the box yet. I've been following this one along in its journey, and I'm very excited to show you what's in store. So come on down to the table and we'll show you what it's all about. First and foremost, I'll bring out some box art. Now I do have a bit of glare just because with everything that's going on and setting up this little studio space, which I hope you're digging, by the way, there is, excuse me, a bit of glare coming from the monitors and things as well. So obviously I need to still work out exactly the best way to set things up, but I need to shoot content because you guys keep wanting to see more and more and more. So let's get the plastic off of this sucker, and instead of talking about it, let's do it and show you what's in the box. So Feed the Kraken is a social deduction game for 5 to 11 players, a big high player count, 45 to 90 minutes, and I think ages 10 to 12, I think, which means Charlotte's probably going to get a look in at this one. Now, let's have a look here. Most importantly, we are going to get the plastic on the floor. That is the first lot of plastic in this new little space, so that's exciting. The INSTABIL here is the big ship in question. There is a Kraken that lurks beneath the waves and all sorts of chaos as well. If you're into sort of Pirates of the Caribbean and piracy, that sort of lore and mischief, you're going to love this as well. I believe the characters have abilities and things too. Look, I'm not going to go into the game overview. I know I have already. Let's just get into the box. So the art is already fantastic, as you can see. There is a ton of stuff in this box that is not in the standard edition. I do like the fact too that on my socials I've put up photos of this one as it's arrived, and INSTABIL have got on board and loved what they're seeing. So hopefully they get a chance to watch this and love the fact that I appreciate the work they've put in. FUNTAILS and INSTABIL have... I haven't even opened the box and I'm raving on about it. I know it's going to be fantastic. So let's lift the lid and see what lies therein. Here we go. We've got... Oh my god, it's huge. Okay, big box, big box. Let's chuck this here for now. We'll try to keep that in shot. We'll see how we go. All right, we have navigation rules in German. Okay, more navigation rules and stickers in German. I think that's because they ended up combining everything in one box, so you can use whichever labels are appropriate in your native tongue. We'll pop those to the side. We did get a few extra goodies as well. So these are the rules in German, which is fine. And the rulebook is massive. So this is the rulebook in English. The art is just fantastic. The game idea and the goal. Learn to play, which is fantastic. Feed the Kraken. Each player receives a role of sailor, pirate, or cult leader. So if you're the cult leader, I believe you are just on your own. There's just one of you versus the many, which I think is incredibly risky. It's very werewolfy in that regard. So you will either be a sailor, a pirate, or a cult leader, and you're basically trying to figure out which way to navigate the boat across. And obviously, if the boat leaves off the cult, right in the middle, through the cult leader's exit, the cult leader wins, etc. And then you've got the full color bits. Now these are deluxe edition components, which you're going to have a look at. I'll show you all those later. Distribution of cards, the board, the tiles, the works, how to set it up with different player counts, which I dig as well. Because obviously different player counts mean different things. Okay, I am going to, let's see. Oh my gosh, there is just so much stuff here. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's get into it. I'm hoping that, because there's the whole book of there's components that are buildable, which is fantastic. So I'll tell you what, I need more room. Let's pop this on the floor here. We've got our trusty knife. So again, these are, let's see, what have we got here? Oh, it's a lovely noise, isn't it? We've got punch outs, more plastic for the floor. We have off duty. This sailor is too lazy to navigate. This sailor is too lazy to navigate, because that's obviously something that happened. German version of those. And then you've got this little buildable chest to hold all the tokens. Then you've got little search tokens as well. Now the punch outs on here are very, very, very thick. I don't know if you can see that, but they are very, very thick. They are double-sided. So obviously there's a Kraken in the water. There is some whips and chains for some of the torture. Who knows what that's about? No comment. And then you have badges you can hand out for the lieutenant and the navigator, because obviously they decide who and where you're going to be traveling. There's a knife, and there's search markers. Now the search markers and the knives I think are just marked on the board. We've got punch outs for the tray. Now I believe, all right, let's see, let's punch out these ones here. It's a box that you store all the bits in, because you are secretly choosing navigation tokens, whether you move forward, south, left, right, etc. And they are drawn from a stack, and the navigator and the lieutenant will be the ones who decide. But it's done in secret, because this is a social deduction game, so you never really know who you can trust with those things, but that's okay, that's what the game's about. I'm just going to see if I can punch this up and get this sorted for you. And that way I can get rid of some rubbish as well, which is awesome. So let's put this one up over there. We'll put this chipboard out of the way here. We have this little container, which looks like it's a weapon locker maybe, for the guns, for mutiny. Because you get a certain amount of guns in the game that you can use to mutiny. The captains and the lieutenants and things. So let's see, we've got feed the Kraken. Yeah, I'm digging this. Yeah, it is. I think it's a gun locker for storage. So if I look at this here, that slips on, and there you go. Everything's nice and locked and all set up and ready to go. Look at that. That's a cool crate. I'm digging it. Feed the Kraken on the back, weapon locker. That's fantastic. And it can store all the components and things as well. Now this is the board. Now the board for this is absolutely huge, and because I'm shooting on a smaller table, I will need to get you a wide shot. You've got the pirate victory here, Crimson Cove. You've got the cult leader victory in the middle, and then you've got sailor victory, which is Blue Water Bay, which is a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. The board, as I said, is massive. If I can just try to fold out a little bit. And it's double-sided as well, I believe. Yes, it is. So I'll try and get a nice wide shot of this, because it's absolutely massive. Now, I think it's double-sided depending on the number of players in the player count. Yes, it is. So one side is considerably larger in terms of movement and things as well. I will try and overlay a shot for you of those as best I can. All right, let's have a look at the rest of the components. Now, there's all sorts of goodies in here. Again, some of these components are from the Deluxe Edition so they're not necessarily going to be in the Standard Edition of the game, but that's okay. One thing I will say, they've produced baggies. Baggies are very important for storage. We love that. Thank you very much. Now, we have these little component bags, which I believe, is there enough there for every player? We'll see. We've got lots of little component bags here. It looks like there's enough for every player, and they look like they are sea bags for your bits and chits and other bits and pieces as well. They're just standard little bags. These are a deluxe component, but the fact there's one there for every player, I kind of dig. The storage trays here are pretty intense. It sort of talks about cards. There's little markings on where things need to go, which is fabulous. We've got cards and more cards. Now, we did get this with sleeves as well, so there is a sleeved cards, allowance for sleeved cards, I should say, in this little bag here. It's interesting, we got baggies to store everything, yet they've put stuff in bags, which, whatever, that's fine. Extra baggies, extra storage. I always keep the extra bags I don't use, so I have them, because some games don't come with the baggies. So these are, oh, I love it, these are the Mutineer tokens. I will get the silica gel out, because we don't need that there. Silica gel on the floor. Don't need it, it's not tasty. Now these little mutiny guns are little tokens that you can use to literally cause a mutiny. I think you start the game with 3 per player. You can gain more and lose more as you go, as the game goes on. But effectively you'll use those tokens if you decide you want to mutiny with the current navigation team and stop them from advancing the ship in a terrible, terrible, terrible direction. We'll pop those back in there. We have some cards. We have some rolls. They look like they're in double things here. Now, this is the captain's logbook. Now, this, my friends, is a fantastic little bit here, because the captain's logbook is, this is a deluxe, no, this is a standard one. So the captain's logbook is where you will actually have your choice of tiles. So in the captain's logbook, you will get a choice of 3 tokens or 2 tokens, and you'll get past that. So it's all done in secret. So no one really knows what's been chosen. There's a discard box as well. So in here, you'll be given a choice of 2 directions, and you pick one, leave one in the box, and all the rest of it. And this will tell you what else happens on those tokens, because on the tokens there's visiting mermaids, there's being drunk, etc. Armed, disarmed, all that jazz. I love that. That's fantastic. And it's got a bit of a navigation step as well. So you can see here job assignments. Captain assigns a lieutenant and navigator. The crew proves loyalty or performs a mutiny. So if you're happy, thumbs up. If not, mutiny. In case of a mutiny, go back to step 1 with a new captain. Navigation steps. Captain draws 2 cards, chooses one, puts it face down into the logbook. That's this. The other card's discarded. Lieutenant draws 2 cards, chooses one, puts it face down into the logbook. The other one is discarded. Navigator receives a logbook, shakes the box, reviews the cards, and discards one of the cards. Captain reveals the last card in the logbook and executes that movement. So many hands, many options for deception, and I kind of dig that. That's what this game is all about. Okay, so let's have a look at some cards before we get into the next part of it. I know they've got little pull tabs on these, but it's easy just to rip things open. So, have you played this one? I would like to hear from you and your experiences with this game. Finding 5 players as a minimum to play this is going to be tricky, but at the same time, as things start to open up and we get to go back out there and play games and host game nights and everything else as well, this would be a great one for conventions and things. If we do larger plays with larger player counts, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And a lot of silly mayhem as well. Nothing wrong with a larger game of Secret Hitler and some social deduction. It's always a good time. I find it's always a great time. Let's see, we have got here more rubbish. Okay, so we've got, we have ship your goods with the INSTABIL, shuffle the delivery cards face down. So this might be separate cards and components for different expansions and modules of the game. There's some navigation cards heading east. And you are drunk with this one, east. Then that's the disabled guns. Heading north as a cultist, which is obviously very bad. So heading west from the space. So west is for pirates, blue is for the other folk. There's a lot of pirate cards in here. And then you've got more navigation cards, I think they are. What's that there? These could be player counts for different things. Yes. So we could use those for other bits and bobs. They're faction cards, I guess. So you deal the faction cards like that and then you reveal it. And this one is a sailor, for example. This faction card is a faction card for pirates and you keep that secret. And then there will be one that is for the cult leader. That's the cult leader there. And this one is for the cult member or faithful to the cult. So you may find that things get changed up and you get some candle cards. And then you've got cult leader cards, pirate cards, whips, etc. So there's all sorts of cards that help those that are members of those factions deal with all the crazy that is going on. We've got, what else have we got here? We've got some, okay, so this is the player counts. So this is the deep sea. You don't like it, throw it overboard. We've got the 11 players count card, 9 players, 7 players, 5 players, etc. I am not a, and you've got to say truth. Okay, and then you've got this deck of cards here. Now the deck of cards, they're character cards, I think, predominantly. So these are all cards here, but there seems to be a few of them. I think part of the deluxe game, we get extra bits and pieces. I'm not sure. So the deep sea card, that one there, that's actually a discard pile card to throw cards out, etc. So the reason there's doubles is because they're in German as well as English. Of course they are. So let's get these ones sorted. Where are we? There we go. Saves on packaging when they have just one version that's got both in it. That's fine. Captain, reveal this card at the start of the game. You are the first captain. Take the captain's logbook as proof that you're the captain. Discard this card and draw an additional character card to begin the game. Kleptomaniac. Sure, why not? Kleptomaniac. Troublemaker. The Gunsmith. The Peacemaker. The Gunslinger, because she's got the big guns. Add 2 guns from the general supply to your personal supplies. That's how you get more stuff. Minstrel. Bosun. Herbalist. Lookout. Master Strategist. He looks like he's in trouble. Smuggler. That dirty little smuggler. The Agitator. The Consultant. And then we have the Chief Cook. After the captain appoints a navigation team, move the captain roll clockwise to the next player with the fewest navigation cards in front of them. Rabble-rouser, Archivist, the Mentor, the Spiritualist, the Debt Collector, the Equalizer, and the Instigator. Immediately after guns are revealed, choose a player. That player may add all their guns to the current mutiny. If the player does not, then you turn your character card face down after the mutiny, and you cannot use your ability. So there you go. Lots of different characters, lots of different options for Mayhem as well. Let's get into the tray and see what lies beneath. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have got components spread absolutely everywhere at the moment. This is the exciting bit. Okay, so we have, let's start up here. What have we got? We've got little tokens, little standees. So the standees, I think, are designed for, so the standees are for the badge tokens. So your lieutenant, navigator things, you can have those in front of you to show you if you were using just the standard version, which we are not. If you have the deluxe version, voila. You get to use these. So you are the lieutenant, which has this awesome lieutenant plastic molded sculpted badge. And then you have this one here, which is the navigator. And the navigator one actually spins as well. How awesome is that? It's fantastic. I love that. So you've got navigator there. And then you've got lieutenant here. Then we have the INSTABIL itself. This is the ship. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it justice. This is a massive sculpted mini. It has little tentacles from the Kraken trying to attack the damn thing. This is just boss. I mean, as a mini presence on the table, it's quite maxi for a mini, and it has the lady, the what do they call it? The figurehead on the ship. Thank you. I got there in the end. It's just fantastic. So I hope that I'm getting that and giving you all that detail, because it is just awesome. That's fantastic. Then we have, this is the secret book discard pile. So you separate these out. You've got separating here for blue cards or draw pile or discard. Is it draw and discard? I think it's draw and discard, isn't it? So the map archive is the red one. So that's the cards that have been played, the discard, or draw pile, sorry. That's the navigation cards. So this is a storage box, effectively. They go together and form a storage box. When the game is on, that's the draw pile for the map card, and that is the deep, deep sea, that is the discard pile. So when you're drawing navigation cards, you'll draw 3 or draw 2, discard 1 or whatever, and or draw 3, discard 1, put 1 in the captain's logbook, etc. So yeah, it's just a nice way of remembering everything, where cards go, that sort of stuff, which is awesome. We have, rather than, now this is awesome, rather than using the faction cards to determine who is what, in true pirate fashion, you also have the option of drawing chips. So you've got here in the bag, you might have a cloth bag or whatever, and you actually have the pirate chip in front of you. So you might have a cloth bag of all the goodies. You reach in and grab a token. If you grab the blue, obviously you're a sailor. If you grab the red, you're a pirate. If you grab the cult leader, well, then you're trying to effectively feed the Kraken and you're a dick for everyone else. So having those as a presence is bloody fantastic, and they feel like they're proper poker chip sizes. They're heavy. There's a bit of weight there, which is awesome. So I do like the idea of drawing those from the bag. Now, this game wouldn't be called Feed the Kraken without an actual Kraken. So, in true to form with the deluxe components, not only have you got all this, and some astute of you will have noticed there is a bit of stuff going on here, you actually have minis of the Kraken. So, they're just amazing, amazing sculpts. Like, it's such a simple thing. But in terms of table presence, this is just going to be amazing. I love it. I love it. There's suction cups. There's all sorts of crazy stuff going on there. It looks brilliant. There is more here because I think there's 3 Krakens and you have to pilot them around those particular areas rather than, I mean, the Kraken is actually represented on the board, usually in chipboard, but here you've actually got the sculpts of the tentacles and things as well. And it just looks amazing. And then of course you've got the nasty itself. Oh, I don't want to put my finger in its mouth. This one is the actual Kraken itself. That's the back of it, just so you're aware. And then we're turning and turning and turning, and then we have the Kraken. It's just boss. Absolute boss. The presence on this thing. I don't usually paint minis. Those of you who watch the Nemesis unboxing will know that I just got it when a sun drop, but this is just, it just looks bloody that's the angry bastard. Like, he's angry. He's out for blood. He's ready to cause butt, take names, everything else. I love that. It's fabulous. But that, I mean, look, that's pretty much all there is to it for Feed the Kraken. The production on this one, and again, this is a game that is a social deduction game, for goodness sake. That's literally all it is. But the production on this, holy crap, it's amazing. I'm glad I went deluxe, only because I just think there is something about table presence that makes that game much more enjoyable. It's not the be all and end all, I will be the first to admit that, but there is so much going on here. If you're into a pirate theme night, everyone's dressing up as pirates, coming around, they're swinging, and you've got a big table where you can, what a night that would be. You could literally get 2 or 3 games of this in, and that would be a great time for everybody. And now that we can get out and do things like this again, this is going to be fantastic. Yeah, looking forward to getting this to the table and having a bit of fun. But there it is. That is the contents of Feed the Kraken by INSTABIL and FUNTAILS games. I am absolutely chomping at the bit to get to this one. I've been invited to a murder mystery party for the first time in I don't know how long. I may very well take this along just because, invite myself over with some games, why the hell not? I think there is so much fun to be had with this one. I'm looking forward to showing it off. I know Charlotte is into pirates and stuff as well. She's into pretty much anything I'm into because she's good like that. So I'll show her this one, see what she has to say about this. Have you, as I said at the outset, have you played this one? Have you experienced Feed the Kraken? How does it rate in terms of your other social deduction game experiences? What do you think of the pirate thing? Let us know in the comments below. I'd be happy to get back to you when I get a moment. Plenty more content to come, folks. Massive shout out and big kisses to our Patreon supporters for all of the stuff you guys allow us to get done on this channel. We appreciate it very, very much. Thank you for your ongoing support. We will be back with more very, very soon. We've got unboxings galore, Kickstarters arriving left, right, and center, more playthroughs, more crazy content, even some live chats with people across the other side of the world. Thank goodness for the interwebs. Until then, folks, get out there, stay social. Keep your wits about you, especially if there's some pirates around. Who knows, the person you're talking to could be a cult leader. Get back to the table, folks. Play more games, and we will see you back here very, very soon. Until then, it is bye for now.